Welcome everybody to the Carthage Firebirds stream here tonight. We have our Carthage Firebirds white playing against the Morningside. Alongside me right now, I have Taxivator, one of the players on the Firebirds white here. How have you guys been, feeling yourselves throughout activation going into this match?
We've actually been feeling pretty solid here. As a team, our greatest asset's always been communication and working through things like that. So we do really well to be more than the sum of our parts, stuff like that. And so we've felt really confident. We really trust each other. And I mean, really, that's the most important thing in a Rocket League team and rotations and all that.
Yeah, no, I'm excited to hear you guys play. I talked to Dwizen earlier a little bit about you guys, and he did some research on the team you guys are playing. And it seems like you guys are very well matched. It should be a good game. And I know you guys have been putting in a lot of work out there. Is there anything else that you want to say to the viewers here before we let you go?
Thanks for showing up for the stream, supporting Carthage White, Carthage Esports as a whole. It's great to have you.
Hey, Tax, we're excited to see you out there later, buddy, all right?
All right, thank you very much.
We are back for some Firebirds Rocket League. I'm excited for this next match. Now, unfortunately, the Firebirds Red losing to Purdue earlier tonight.
That was a very tough loss.
3-1. But again, it's only week 1, and them being in Challengers Division is insane. But
definitely,
that is in the past. Right now, a little bit late to the start, unfortunately. We have the Firebirds White against the Morning Stars Emergent team. I'm excited. I'm your host, Bearded Man, and I'm joined by the great Petey. How's it going?
Thank you. It's going well. It's going well. I'm looking forward to this match. I've been talking to these guys. I think, the matchup against Morningside should be a very good one. And, coming into week 1 of the NECC, I'm looking forward to it. I know that our Firebirds White, these guys have been practicing a lot. And, that being said, chemistry should be looking good. I'm expecting to see really good rotation and spacing out of them. Personally, I've had the actual treat of being the roommates with their captain. So I get to watch a lot of their off-screen play, and they've been looking very good.
Oh, yeah, and especially Tax Evader, their new freshman. Yeah. We've seen such phenomenal playing from him already in the first 2 weeks, And this is the very first official collegiate season game from him, so I'm excited to see what he has in store. He has been warming up for the past hour. So have the others. So I'm excited to see these three at work.
I talked to Dwizen earlier. I think he's been down here since like 5:30. So he's definitely been very pumped. Looks like these guys are loading in. But speaking on Tax, coming in as a freshman, playing at the level he's playing at, definitely not easy to do.
Oh yeah,
definitely not easy to do. So at Firebirds here, definitely have Tax, Deck, and Dwizen here. Dwizen taking it up. It looks like for the Morningside we have. Pierce, we have Carthage, and then
it's a barcode. Yeah,
that's great. Okay. All right. Barketo trying to pass it back to Pierce. He pops one off the corner. Tax Evader's up. He dumps that to the side there. Aiden trying to follow that up. Who isn't able to, though. Aiden's a win a one-on-one with Pierce in the back. He almost gets that around there. Looks like Tax Evader trying to bring this up the wall. Looking to center. No Firebird there, but he gets a great angle. Beautiful save by Barketo. Jack getting a good bounce off the corner. No Firebird really going to get a good shot. Looks like we have an open net opportunity. Blizzing on a 50 with Barketta. Pierce now puts one up. Blizzing on a great pop-up for Tax Evader. Should be able to follow that. He beats that around Barketta. It's a one-on-one down there. Barcode and Jack gets a great 50 off the corner. Passes that out to Tax, who's up. Another pop from him. Looks like he was trying to get a better shot. Blizzing hits that off to the side out of Pierce's way. Barcode now taking it down a bit. Got a great stop from that back towards the other side of the field. Looking to get over one. He does. Barketta's in net patiently. Risen pops one in the middle. He looks like he's going to try to stay with this low boost. Pierce able to clear it up. Tax now under the ball. These guys are rotating very well. We're not seeing that many double commits. Guys are coming up where they should be. Oh, great demo there. Yeah, great demo from Deck there to move the goalie out of the way. It looks like the Morningside just wasn't able to rotate quick enough to fill that gap.
Yeah, now Beefcake was in that goal, but was just not able to move in.
Now looking at the actual replay, Dak got a bump and then actually was able to push Beefcake out of there. Beefcake was there for the save. Dak had a nice little double play. Passes out to Tax Evader. He's up. It's a great push down the field. That's right to Barketta though. Taxes looks like he's camping up on the wall. Minor double commit from him and Dak. Pierce now trying to move the ball downfield, but that's hit right into Blizzard's hand. Great cut from him. Beautiful save from Beefcake. Dak now putting this one out to the middle. Tax Evader able to take that. He works it over one, but looks like Pierce was very good. Barca looking to contain. We're just moving a little faster than these guys. Wisdom showing some great offensive pressure. Great 50 from him stopping Beefcake at midcourt. He tries to get it over Barca, but not possible. Dak passing that one out to the corner. Tries to get a double touch. Great save from Tax Evader though. Looking to work this one pass on the side. It's right to Pierce though. He looks to stay with it. Great 50 from Jack. Looks like our Firebirds are getting a little congested around the post. Oh my, what a lucky save from Jax. Bit messy there.
Bit messy. I think that yeah, that was messy. I think
Morningside able to get some decent offensive pressure there from just some minor Firebird mess ups. Looks like we had a double commit at the post, and of course both of our team players there missed that. So.
If that is the only mess up we see tonight, I'll be happy.
Yeah, that's not bad at all. Our Firebirds, despite that, are rotating very well. We're not seeing that many double commits in many of them. Good pop from Pierce over Taxpayer. Doesn't look like he'll be able to get this one center before any Firebirds in there. Deck able to stop that. He's going to try to follow just off of that one. Wasn't able to pick up on it though. He gets it over Barcode. Beautiful pass from him. Open net. Taxivator shoots, and that is a beautiful play.
I love that sound that plays when he gets a goal, the little water drop.
Yeah,
It's so anticlimactic. You're ready like for a big explosion. It's like
that's an old goal explosion from if you were watching one of the Rocket League streams about a year ago. You could have won that as a viewer. But very good offensive pressure from these guys. Wasn't keeping the ball above their net, making it hard to save. Ultimately putting the Morningside in a very awkward position. Wasn't nearly getting another one center. Looks like Deck was trying to slide in on that. Beefcake and Barco doing a little passing play. Deck slightly off on that. They might have actually comped that. Took a little too quick. Deck up, and that is just around Beefcake. Fantastic pressure again. I mean, the ball is up. We're there.
yeah, it was great to see. I mean, going to Morningside's defense there, Beefcake being in position was very solid, but they weren't fast enough to get into that blocking area.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, without a doubt, our Firebirds are rotating much faster, and we're just doing a better job at boost management. I mean, you're seeing that ball that we just scored there. I mean, that was up there. You gotta have good boost management to get that high. Great 50 from Dwizen. Another fantastic save though from Barcode. Able to stop that Firebird goal. Like taking some good control on the corner, but Beefcake being very patient on the sidewall, able to hit that one right back over. Looks like Morningside gets some decent offensive pressure there. They're very patient here on the sidewall. They played a very good sidewall game. Barcode able to put that one right out of the Dwizen's way. He was low boost, so it just made a tough angle for Tax to be able to get up on that. 3-2 Firebirds up, minute 30 left in the game. Great 50 for Dwizen just might actually misses that, but Deck had a great bump on the opposing Morningside player. There are some free time. Minor double commit from our Firebirds, keeping decent offensive pressure. That gives Dwizen a good shot, but he's going to wind up sending it over to Barcode on the Morningside. He's got plenty of boost, takes it up the wall, but not able to stick with it. Deck did jump in that actually, I'm pretty sure. He was up quite fast. Tax going for a little bit, jump very close. Deck got caught rotating back actually, stopping that ball. Worked out a little bit better than Tax aims, they hit it around one. Pierce able to pop it for his team that's just out of Deck's range. It's going to fall right in front of our net here. Beefcake up for a shot just in between our Firebirds. Good placement from him.
Yeah, I think with that, Deck was just very much not where he needed.
Now, he was a bit mispositioned.
A little bit too high.
A very high ball.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not to say that he didn't have the boost for it. It's just a tough grab from his spot. It's like not an easy save. Great 50 from our Firebird. Here looks like Zach will have a great possession on this. Hopefully going to get a 50. He does. We have Dwizen up and a minor misplay back to our front. Should be all right though. Zach has some control. Gets a great 50 on Pierce there. Beefcake looking to catch, but was quite not able to. Dwizen had a great catch on Barcode's hit there. That kind of early push knocking Barcode off of that. Pierce looking to probably stay on it. Gets it around Tax. That's off our Firebirds. And that great pop from Dwizen. Slow that ball down. He's going to stay on that. Centers it out. Deck is up and active. Beautiful boost management from him. We might see a double from him. Got a little excited. Sorry about that, folks.
You gotta get excited.
I just know those types of moments, our players are definitely jumping out of the chair as much as I am.
Overtime, wow.
Love it. Nothing like Rocket League overtime. Great win there from Deck to keep that on the side. Awesome save from Barcode. Looks like we have some great pressure though. Listen, got that ball middle, almost in there from Tax. Great defense from Pierce. Looks like Barcode looking to clear this out. Morningside definitely very congested here. You can tell a little bit of panic on their side of the field. Beefcake and Barcode had a great little pass though. Caught our Firebirds out of position. To be completely honest, this wasn't that great of play, from Morningside. They kind of just dumped it out and really got a good little cleanup play off of us. I mean, our Firebirds were doing great on offense. The Morningside was very congested, but overall great play from them. Able to center it out. Beefcake, great positioning from him.
Yeah, I think the Firebirds were such a dominant force this match. I mean, getting 12 shots on goal as opposed to 6. The downside was those little mistakes that Morningside was able to score on us definitely blew up in our face. They just kept adding to it. And then going into overtime, those small moments that just allowed them to get the upper hand. So hopefully this next round we're going to see a little bit more of a solid, play style from the Firebirds, not having as many holes in our offense or defense.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think going forward in the series, we'll definitely see a little bit more of a dominant Firebirds play, if I'm being honest. I think, like you said, we have the rotations and the offensive pressure is more than there. We were definitely able to out-rotate the Morningside at times. So I'm very curious to see how we look in Game 2. I'd like to see a much more offensive and probably a smarter defensive Firebirds.
Yeah. I mean, we have
Like you
three
said,
we have three very talented players right now for the Firebirds. So hopefully they kind of use that as a wake-up call. Got their last-minute jitters out and are able to do well this round.
Great 50 feet tax there. Pierce going to be able to take control of that though. Awesome save from Blizzard. Looks like he switched up his vehicle. He was playing in the Dominus first round. He actually had a conversation with me before the game. He should play in that or his other car. Looks like he decided to stay with his little Honda Civic.
I'm a big fan of the Honda Civic.
It's a nice car. We got a couple Firebirds using it right now. Dak getting some great offensive pressure. That's hit right to Barcode. He had a minor miss hit. Dak almost able to center that out for Blizzard. Blizzard takes a great shot. What a placement. What placement.
I feel like looking over just the games that I've casted, this season and last season, Dwizzin always has those phenomenal shots. I gotta be honest.
Oh, yeah.
It is always those shots he makes. It's always just they're on.
I say it all the time. To me, Dwizzin is a snake slithering around. He is a force to be reckoned with. If you give the guy the space and you give the guy the angle, he can put some nasty shots in the net. So I definitely agree with you on that. Dwizzin is a very good offensive player. He has some great plays. Just over Taxivator though, bring that down to our corner. Pierce gets worked around by Dak. Dak gets a great flea flip out to the middle. Looks like one of our Firebirds was up just a little bit too soon for that. Dak able to keep the offensive pressure despite being low boost. Wasn't on a great shot, just around beefcake there. Pierce able to take control of the sidewall now. He looks to send it down. 40 boost for him. Great up by Taxivator to a 50 beefcake right in the air there. Looks like Taxivator keep pressure. He gets a great 50 with Barcode. That's going to go middle, but Pierce is up on the back wall. It's an easy save. Pass it down to Beefcake. He gets a great little pitch on the sidewall. Looks like he's going to be our next man up. Fantastic pinch right there. A lot of pinches here in the span of this game. Dak looking to slow that down, take control, but Pierce had great pressure just staying in with that. Beefcake up early, but Wisdom had a great save. Barcode looking to catch him, bring it up on the corner. Not the catch he was looking for, but it worked around the Taxivator. Looks like he's trying to pass to Pierce. Dak was very patient on that. That's going to be right on to Beefcake, though. He kind of sauced it that right for our Firebirds, not going to lie. I'm not sure if our Firebirds got bumped there or what happened, actually, but Barcode, a little off on, a little, a little, not uncomfortable. My fault. Taxivator able to clear that one out. That's going to be in Beefcake. We're out of hands there, though. He's pushing that one onto the corner. Looks like Barcode's trying to center that for Pierce. Not quite able to, though. Morningside having a difficult time getting some real offensive pressure here. Kind of just hitting it off of our corner and hoping for the best, I feel like. It's something nice. Great pressure from our Firebirds here. We're rotating well. We're not seeing very many double commits. That was a great idea there from Dak to be able to pass to Tax. That would have most definitely been to the other side. Pierce getting a nice little pinch to give it some space off the wall, but wasn't that a great defensive save? Now Beefcake up, looking to keep some pressure. He passes it off to the corner. Taxivator able to beat Barcode to that one though.
That could have been a great shot right there.
Definitely. That was a great weekend pass. Dwizzin on a great 50 with Beefcake on him. They made a very good save there. You can tell our Firebirds now doing a very good job of keeping it on Morningside's half here. Dwizzin on a great rotation now. Looks like Morningside having a little bit of double commits. We should be able to work one in here. Wisdom looks like he's low boost or backflip there. Yeah, low boost. Dak on a nice cleanup for him. He looks to center, but Beefcake able to clear that one around. Gets popped off the wall. That's pretty dangerous now. Tax did get down when it was not able to spawn back in time. That was a great play from Morningside.
Yeah, you got to be careful with those demos. If your go-to defender is gone, you got to have somebody take their spot in the little period of time that they are using to respawn. So.
Yeah, the third man demolition plays are by far the most detrimental, because you have your first two players, they're up. They assume they got their last man back, so to take out the last man is by far one of the better demolitions that you can do in this game. Great turn there from Wisdom trying to pop that one over Pierce. That does get a ball in the air, but Deck able to keep the offensive pressure. Tax takes a shot just wide though. Deck able to keep pressure, but Barcode able to recover. Pops it over Deck. Wisdom up now, looking to send that to the corner. Probably work it around the middle. Beefcake meets him though. It's a great demolition again for Barcode here. I can't see if it's just him or if it's a lot of the Morningside that are implementing that demolition, but they've just started to recently pick that up, and it's definitely something that's affecting their Firebirds here a little bit. Dak, plenty of control here. We might see something for him. Grade 50, balls up in the air. Grade 50 again from Morningside. Two fantastic 50 to get that out of their goal there. Blizzard looking very healthy here though. Plenty of boost. Great catch from Pierce over there. Oh my goodness, what a shot from Dak. I didn't think Pierce was going to let that one fall.
That was such a solid shot from Dak. Honestly, look at this. Set up perfectly. Dwizen was there, so Morningside was probably... Yeah, Morningside was probably thinking, oh, we got to be careful with Dwizen, and out of nowhere, Deck comes in. It's just all right, here you go.
That was very, very confident, because Pierce looked like he had a flip at him, so I was expecting a big clear out of him. It looks like either he lost the flip or jumped off the wall early, but Deck having some great offensive confidence there to go off that one. There's 50 from Tax to go to slow that ball down, let his team get back. Another workaround from him. That stall he does at the middle there just takes so much time and lets the Firebirds, Blizzard, and Deck right here be able to push on offense now with plenty of boost because of Tax stalling for them. Great back with them to be able to push over one. Deck beating Barcode up there. Firebirds are doing a great job. Deck gets that right. Oh my. That is a great last second goal from these guys.
Yeah, I mean, we can see here too that Taxivator tried to come in, get the hit, and it wasn't successful, and nobody else was. People were kind of hoping. They weren't in position for that if it were to fail.
I totally agree with that early stop by Dak to be able to push that one right away and stop that offensive pressure. It's just a tough read for Taxivator. Looks like Blizzard might be able to get some offensive, might be able to get us an opportunity there at the end. That was very close. OT again here. We can get the popcorn out. We got a good series.
Wouldn't be Rocket League without going into overtime. I gotta be honest. Right. I feel like we go into overtime more than we don't.
Taxivator, great 50 from him. Looks like Aiden looking to, or Deck looking to push that one. Oh, what?
That was textbook. Oh my gosh.
Aiden knew that ball was sky high. Quickest way to get that one is pinch it down. That's exactly what he does. And Blizzard couldn't have read that any better. Up for 90. Beautiful play.
That is the teamwork we love to see from the team. You know, it's not all about scoring the goal. It's about setting up your teammates to score said goals. And now the Firebirds 1-1 in the series for tonight. Game 2. I'm excited.
Yeah, you know, once again, shots are much closer, but we do have one more shot on goal than them. I would like to think our offensive pressure is still going to remain the same throughout this series against Morningside.
Yeah, I mean, we played. I feel like we played a little bit more defensively that match compared to the first one. A little less aggressive, which, you know, pros and cons to that. So,
100%.
you know, if you're up in score, you know, it doesn't hurt to play a little bit more defensively. Now, we did have some of those situations where the reason they scored a goal on us is because we just were not expecting, you know, a play to fail, or we were down somebody and we couldn't, you know, rotate in time. Yeah. So I think, you know, despite us being down 2 goals in that, they know exactly what went wrong in those situations and can better, you know, work on themselves, improve themselves between matches. So I'm excited to see this next match. Hopefully we get a 2-0. We get another or a 2-1. But
hey, Mom.
we just finally got chat, and
we got to see the chat on screen. Alrighty, game number 3 of the series here. Tied 1-1 Firebirds and Morningside here. This has been a great series to start us off. I'm enjoying it.
I also love how we're just calling them Barcode. I think that's the best way we could call it.
What are you supposed to call that?
Oh, wow. Barcode scored right off the bat. 2 seconds in.
Another score from the sextuple lines here. Great job from them. I mean...
I know some people do with those names just a bunch of capital I's, but I don't think that's what that is.
I don't think that's what that is.
No.
It looks like the actual symbol. Enough of that.
Back to Rocket League.
Yeah, Taxivator pushing this one down. Barcode is up on the sidewall. He passes that one right down to Blizzard. Blizzard gets a great 50 out middle. Taxivator able to take a shot. Beefcake taking some great patience during this stuff. Blizzard nearly gets that around 2, just slightly off the net. Great pressure from Taxivator. Morningside has 2 up. Dwizen looking to probably capitalize on that, which he does. Pops it up again. As you can tell, our Firebirds are doing a great job of keeping that ball in the air, knowing that Morningside is lower on boost right now. I assume Dwizen's more than comfortable to get back to that. A little scary there, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, you know, I didn't even realize it till now. It looks like it is Dex, Tax, Dwizen, Tax Evader, and then they made a sub for Deck for I Won't Accept That. Nice to see him out there on the field. If you guys aren't familiar, I Won't Accept That is a returning player for our Firebirds. He competed very, very well. Great shot, though, from Tax Evader here. Looks like these Firebirds working a little bit more offense in there. Great to see. A little bit of pressure from Dwizen, open up a great opportunity for Tax Evader. Caught Pure sleeping in the nets.
Oh yeah, that's what I love to see. You know, we saw Dwizen come in, had the trust that I'm going to be able to pass this ball to my teammate, and Tax Evader was there to do it.
Yeah, you know, we've seen a couple times throughout this series Tax Evader having some really good reads. Dwizen couldn't have been more patient, and that's a beautiful save from him. I Won't Accept That. Looking to take a little bit of control here on the back wall. Realizes he has time. Tax Evader taking that one out. That gets into Pierce. Minor double commit from the Firebirds. Dwizen taking his time and able to have control. Passes that right out to I Won't Accept That. Firebirds now getting some offensive pressure. I Won't Accept That. Looking for a demo in net. Nearly gets beefcake. Tax Evader and Dwizen full boost here. Looks like the whole Firebirds team a little bit on offense. Tax Evader preserved and boost minorly. Pierce didn't jump for that. I Won't Accept That. Able to clear that. It's right into Beefcake's hand. Dwizen, great save from him. I knew he was going to come on the rotation. He's like a guardian angel. I Won't Accept That. Fantastic offensive pressure from him. Dwizen, you know, I actually agree with that play to the corner because that was a free hit for Beefcake, and I think our Firebirds recognized it. It's a pop for Tax Evaders, hoping a Firebird could get back quick enough. It looks like that's Barcode's ball. It looks like he went for a flip reset there. Wasn't able to get that. So a fall on that. I Won't Accept That into the side. Now he's able to take a shot. That's hit around about Beefcake. Dwizen hitting that one over to the corner. These low boosts. Beefcake is definitely going to keep the pressure on him. He does. That's passed out, but Tax Evader got great read from him to be able to clear that one out. That's hit past. I Won't Accept That. Winds up running into Tax Evader there. Wasn't able to clear that one out to the sidewall. Works it around Beefcake. We're probably seeing a 2-on-1 here. Tax Evader looking to center no at Firebird there to answer. I Won't Accept That. Going to work it around. He does. That's going to fall right in front of the net. He tries to put it in, but he cannot do it himself. Tax Evader getting a bump on Pierce there. Slow down that Morningside defense. Handle offensive transition. I Won't Accept That. Had some boost one for a little air dribble, but that was denied. Minor double commits here. Our Firebirds got to start calming. We're seeing a little bit too easy of mess ups here. Accept That gets done with my Barcode. He's looking to back flip over Dwizen. Immediately heads back to that. Flips over it. Tax Evader up in net. Now another double commit from our Firebirds. You guys got to start calming a little bit clean. We're seeing that as a main issue here this game. Pierce able to just capitalize on a minor fake there. That was a good play from Morningside, but could have really been solved with a little bit better rotation from our Firebirds. It was in a little out of position there, and that got stuck going backwards. Tough play.
Yeah, I think those double commits are definitely hurting us, and we need to
100%.
really dial it back.
Yeah, we're seeing ourselves a lot of the time struggle on defense to just work it out of our half because of our double commits. You know, it's hard to have one player anticipate where the ball is going too long.
The double commit there was solid, though. I think that was.
Oh, definitely. Any goal line double commits, it's very hard to always, you know, my team struggles with that. Yeah, it's definitely something. The high flick is difficult there. It's a very difficult play there. I would have liked to see Dwizen go on a low 50. That way you don't give him this type of opportunity. So rather have that ball be down in front of him. But it's honestly a great offensive push from Beefcake. Caught Dwizen a little comfortable.
A minute 20 left. A lot of time for the Firebirds to score.
100%.
We've seen more with less.
Oh, we definitely have. Rocket League, you can get about 5 goals in 20 seconds. Very simple in this game.
Very simple.
Oh yeah, but anything is possible. You kick off things, it only takes 2 seconds. We've seen a couple of those. Pierce looking to work this one to the corner. I Won't Accept That. Stuck in reverse, but he gets a good little stall for Dwizen. He's met by Barcode though. I Won't Accept That as a minor miss, but that's going to be passed out to him. Tax Evader and him looking to work this one together. Beefcake able to read that though. I Won't Accept That. Looking for a read. He passes back to Dwizen. I'm a very big fan of that play. Dwizen looking to go for the double touch, gets a 50, but I think whoever was up there from the Morningside had a great clear. I believe that was Pierce. Beefcake keeping the offensive pressure. We're seeing this guy not slow down whatsoever. I think our Firebirds could be a little bit more aggressive, at least towards. I see this guy heading towards us, so we know he's not slowing down. Pierce looking to clear that out to another Morningside, but a couple Firebirds over there to be able to answer that. Tax trying to center that one out. That's worked around him by Beefcake. I won't accept that, not taking control of it on the sidewall. Morningside giving him some space, not quite able to get the 50 that I won't accept that was looking for. Taxivator looks like he was just a bit awkward on that approach. 50 from Blizzard. That's a very tough game for our Firebirds. I think, hands down, biggest problem is double cuts.
I agree. I think that definitely caused us some issues. People using that boost when they shouldn't have needed to. We could definitely see the Firebirds having 3 shots on goal as opposed to Morningside having 8. That is a dramatic difference, a 5-shot difference. It was definitely prominent. We saw Morningside being a lot more aggressive on the Firebirds' goal, and it worked out for them. Now, I think another thing too is those demos. Those demos we saw Morningside pull out a lot more. Now, I won't accept that. Was able to retaliate with a few, but we saw just a lot of demos that I think definitely caught us off guard. It ruined our positioning. So I think the Firebirds are gonna need to really work on that a little bit more this next match. And if someone's out, we need somebody to fill that position. Especially if it's a defensive position.
No, that's something that's definitely got to be calmed. And going back to what you said about the goals, I couldn't agree more. I think, like I said in the game, a lot of the times, those double commits that we're doing on defense is what kills our transition to offense. Mm-hmm. And, it's very hard to anticipate a clear down the field when you have, 2 guys back. And so it definitely hurts us because it just forces us to stay on defense. Mm-hmm. It's an ever-living hole that we dig ourselves in at times.
Yeah. So game 4 of the night, or of this series, Firebirds still going up against Morningside. Let's do this.
Morningside up 2-1 in the series here, looking to close it out on our Firebirds, but I'd like to think our Firebirds are not going to let that happen. We're now a little bit of a fight here. You guys have shown before that they were able to win. Looks like we did make a sub for Taxivator for Deck was back in the game now. Firebirds right here switching up the lineups, getting everybody some good time. And we make a very sloppy play into a very clean offensive shot.
The real question is, was that? I think that was probably calculated by the Firebirds. We could see
that was definitely calculated, but the pass was, needless to say, a little not exactly. Well,
it worked.
Oh, we will take that. We will take that for sure. Great 50 from, I want to set that on the kickoff there. Zach able to take this one off the corner now. He gets met by BK. Pierce up for that. That was just in his reach. I thought he was off on that. BK looking to work this one centered. Wasn't great. Looking to take control. This has a fantastic 50 on Pierce. Really works it around. Second Morningside, that is just wide of post. I won't accept that. Meets Beefcake for right up there. Wisdom actually fakes out Beefcake? I'm not sure what happened there. He wasn't taking control regardless. Not by Pierce though. Pierce looking at 50. I won't accept that. Takes enough control. I'm not sure how that ball got worked around back there. Wisdom now looking at take this one off the sidewall. I would assume he's very low, which he was. Passes it out to I won't accept that. It's going off the corner. It's met right to Barcode. Barcode actually winds up being a pretty decent setup for Fire, but it's just real Pierce coming up with a play. A little bit of a confrontation. Corner there. Wasn't able to center out to Deck. Deck slightly off on that. Break 50 there from Blizzard out with that 3-shot going in there. I won't accept that. A tough save when in that position. It's very awkward in Rocket League to be kind of stuck down like that and jump. It's very difficult. Very difficult save. Definitely would have liked to see a little bit more communication there from the Firebirds. I think Blizzard could have stepped up on that. 1-1, 3:30 left of the game here. We definitely have had a series of none other to say the least tonight. Deck looking to work that one around Beefcake. A great defense from him. We have I won't accept that and Blizzard up together. We see a little cleaner comms from our Firebirds here. I won't accept that. Looking to take a shot. Works it around Pierce, but not quite able to get it where he wants it. Pierce clearing that one out to our Firebird. I won't accept that. Looking to center. Just off on that. Blizzard pops it on the sidewalk. I've seen our Firebirds have some cleaner passing plays. I'm not sure if it's a mix of nerves, but I know we can do better here. 3 minutes left on the clock here. Oh, that was very close. Great pressure from Marco, but decent fix from Wisdom will take that. Works it around Pierce. That's gonna be some pressure here. Deck on another great shot from this guy. Another great shot from this guy. That is no easy goal. That is up there in the sky, and this guy goes up there like it's no tomorrow. Threw a little bit of
He's like a
style
little
point
bird.
on that.
It was so majestic,
That was
flying up the
gorgeous.
air. You know, so gorgeous, and it worked
Definitely
perfectly.
see that air roll from him.
Oh, yeah.
Those mechanics definitely pop out when he gets up in the air. Definitely a very good player, and offensive shot from him was fantastic. Firebirds looking to maintain that offensive pressure. I won't accept that. Putting that one up on the wall there. I'm a fan of that bump play that he tried to go for in the net there. That needs Beefcake Beretta's clear, but Barco looking to take control. I won't accept that. Gets a 50 with him. That goes towards our Firebirds corner. That's looking to clear that one out. Beefcake Beretta meets him on the side. Pierce popping that one high. That's going to drop just down in front. What a save by I won't accept that. What a save. That is by far one of the hardest saves. And that's a very... The problem is that this corner bounce right here, no easy save for anybody in Rocket League. That bounce, that ball is not off the wall, and that is extremely difficult to read if you're on the wall like our Firebirds were. It's very difficult.
Now, I think one flaw with that though is you did have those two guys,
Yep.
two
Oh, yeah.
players
100%.
on the wall. You got to have somebody in front of the goal like at all times when the ball is on your side. You need to be protecting that goal.
100%. Spacing, by far, is one of the most, biggest killers of Rocket League when talking about threes, to say the least. When you have three players all competing at a collegiate, Rocket League level, everyone's able to do something with the course. So spacing is important. Throughout my mumbo jumbo, though, Morningside able to put one on our net, does work it around our Firebirds there, putting them up 3-2 here in this game. We have a minute 43 left on the clock. I believe in our Firebirds to work this one out here. Barcode got a little messed up on that. I won't accept that. Nearly being able to take that one out. Dax is looking to center now. Does work in middle, but not by Beefcake right there. I won't accept that. Looking to catch, he does. Looks to pop it over Pierce, and he is able to, but Firebird was met by Beefcake there. He was able to scoop that one out of there. Who isn't popping that one up now? That is going to be met by, I won't accept that he works one off the backboard, giving Grizzly an opportunity, but he's met by Beefcake. Deck putting that one up on the sidewall. Actually bumps Pierce down at the end of that play. Possible opportunity for the Firebirds. Pierce able to beat our Firebirds there though. A minute left for our Firebirds here. Coming down to crunch time. That goes for a pinch. I'm a fan of that play, but it was a great defense from that Morningside offense. That is no easy play. I mean, these guys are that little segment of offense. Beefcake had some fantastic 50s on there to keep that pressure up. And honestly, caught our Firebirds a little out of position there.
I think with that too, we saw I won't accept that trying to get that early on, but missing that, and Wisdom was not able to retaliate. I think the Firebirds need to plan for those plays to not work, just in case they don't work.
Yeah. That's gonna fall right in front of the net. If I won't accept that, can get up for that. But she's able to. He's met by Barcode. Firebird's trying to clean that one up. Not quite able to. Pierce passing this one out to Barcode. Minor double commit from Morningside, but it works out for them. Double commit from our Firebirds. I want to accept that. Looking to beat. Barcode gets the demo on him and does beat. That great demo from him. We might see a goal opportunity here. Just wide. Listen, looking to center. He does. I assume the Firebird's up. Met by Pierce though. Great catch from I won't accept that. We got 10 seconds left. We're going to need to see a quick goal and fast here. Oh, Wisdom's just off on that. That is going to be a good series between the Firebirds and Morningside. Ultimately resulting in a Firebirds loss, but needless to say, we definitely played very well. It comes down to, I think, 2 to 3, very general mistakes. One, we're seeing a lot of double commits towards the later half of the series, definitely. I thought, our beginning of the series, definitely.
Hang on, the game's not over technically. We have 2 seconds.
There's still a lot
second.
left. Hold up here. The last second goal.
There we go. All right.
The last second goal plus 3.
Yeah. I think just there's some very clear mistakes that were made.
Yeah.
A lot of when I say you got to trust your teammates, you got to trust your teammates.
Definitely.
And that's something we've seen here. We've seen our teams, be able to trust each other, pass each other, whatever. but there are some moments where you trust them too much and you just assume, all right, they are going to hit this shot.
And that's tough.
Yeah.
It's one of the hardest things because you do talk about trust, and I thought there we had moments where we put a lot of trust into our teammates, and because of a minor mess up, goals happen. So games like that going forward, definitely great stuff to be able to look back on, and these guys can clean up their spacing, and I think a lot of the issues we really saw is just it comes down to comms. I'm not sure what was really going on through those headsets. But they ultimately did play well. We saw a lot of great offensive pressure when these guys did have the ball movement. They were definitely a force to be reckoned with. But overall, good series from them.
Yeah, and it's only week one.
Exactly.
A lot of these teams are still getting a feel for each other because
Exactly.
they haven't had the most amount of time to play. They've had a couple weeks to play together.
And them being a freshman, those guys definitely are much more newer, to the chemistry.
Exactly. They're still getting into that rhythm, whether or not be academic and also athletic side. But ultimately, they have a lot of these teams. I shouldn't say a lot. I know all of these teams are going to be doing VOD review tonight. They're going to be watching this film again, making sure that they know what mistakes they made, and they're going to improve them for next week. So overall, as a week one, despite the 2 losses for tonight, I think this is a sign that we are going to come back
we start
stronger
somewhere.
than ever.
These guys are only going to build from here. We are only going to be better and stronger than we were next week, and we'll just continue to get better. I know that's how we do things here.
Yeah, and it's homecoming weekend, so now it's gonna be an exciting. It was an exciting homecoming match.
For sure.
2 matches today, so tomorrow's where all the real festivities happen at Carthage. But I think that is all we have for this game tonight. We do have one game. It is going to be a scrim later tonight. I'm not quite sure what the plan is for that just yet.
We're not 100% sure. If
we might be cast. I think it'll be streamed, but we won't have the commentary.
Okay.
I'm not quite sure on the plan of that, but that will be happening at, I believe it'll be 8 o'clock tonight. So be on the lookout for that. But other than that, thank you so much for joining. Have an excellent night. Have an excellent weekend, and hope to see you next week.
Thank you all very much for tuning in. Have a good night.